To the country that promised me a dream, don't tell me what to say, I had to speak. Our voices reach higher than mountain views. We look over the walls you build with peace in our palms. We stayed quiet for too long. It's time for La Bestia to feast. This poem is for my ancestors in unmarked graves. This poem is for me and those who share the same race. You attack us with your racial remarks, it's sickening. This speaks grandparents picked the fruit your ancestors ate with silver spoons. Did y'all forget? You invaded us but asked us to leave? Build a wall. We'll dig tunnels, construct this concrete wool caravan anyway. Y'all came in boats, but call us wetback. Y'all are the ones that gave urban communities crack blueprints to make us crack. My people break their backs in the beating sun each day so you and your sons can lay on yours while enjoying our cuisine, our secret recipe be culture. It's just funny how you like to point fingers and guns. Y'all take young lives like a hobby. You're the ones wanting to blow schools up, leaving bodies in the office lobby. I don't gangbang, but your Uncle Sam loves to bang bang. You took states the way you take lives. California will always be Mexico's. Listen, I hear a snowstorm on the way. It's always winter with ice all over the place, spreading out like climate change. I'm scared to lose my father. I'm scared that every time I say goodbye, it might be the last. Every time I go to sleep, I'm still looking for that dream you promised.
As a Mexicana, I was born with the cactus on my back. Like instead of hair, we come out with spines. Our umbilical cords represent nooses that cut off circulation to fertilizing roots. My Mexican marigolds ripped and replaced with Tennessee coneflowers. Every day my uncle asked me, "What you learn today, fool?" I want to tell him, over the thousands of Mexicanos lynched in the U.S., only 547 cases were documented. Ironic for a country that claims those native to it undocumented. Like the land they stole caused amnesia. Did they forget that marijuana was a propaganda term created by two white men to make the plant sound more Mexican so they could pass laws to demonize and control immigrants? Like they haven't caused enough weeds in our garden. I want to tell him that near El Paso and Juarez at the border, Mexicanos were forced to strip naked to be screened for low IQs and homosexuality, who were disinfected with toxic fumigants, gasoline, kerosene, sulfuric acid, the same gas used in the Holocaust. I want to tell him it was 17-year-old Carmelita Torres who had enough of that shit and started the bath riots. Or like high Latino casualties in the Vietnam War, we cover up the deaths of Mexicanos working under the Bracero program who died in a plane crash that the only remains they chose to respectfully recover were those of the Americans on flight. Put into caskets and sent to their families, the Mexicanos were all put into a mass grave with a plaque that read, 28 Mexican citizens who died in a plane crash near Colinga. Like years under terrible living conditions and theft of wage from employers wasn't enough for them to get Employee of the Month but deportee. I want to tell them that the Underground Railroad ran south the same way it did north. That Mexicanos in Texas held more than 10,000 slaves escaped to Mexico where slavery was illegal. That the U.S. tried to get Mexico to sign the Fugitive Slave Treaty but Mexico refused. I want to tell them white men made another excuse to beat Mexican Americans, calling pachucos and zoot suits thugs and gangsters, trading white cloaks for brown strokes. I want to tell them there was a Mexican American civil rights movement, that our Black Panthers were the brown berets, that in 1968 in East Los Angeles, more than 2,000 Chicano students walked out in protest of unfair education, who were put into classes for the mentally disabled, who were punished for speaking Spanish in a Mexican state and fought the fight until the win. I want to tell them I didn't know I was Chicana until I was 15 years old. That the reason why my abuelita always scolded me when I would pronounce California with an American washed tongue is because she was afraid it would turn to ice. That every time I was to say Mexico, I was to say it as if thorns were on my tongue. I want to ask him why America acts like Viva la Causa is untranslatable. Where the value of a brown person is debatable. Like Damian Leon said, immigrant parents with their wings cut still teach their children to fly. I want to tell him school never taught me any of this, making me think I had to give credit to the Anglos for watering my garden. But no matter how deep they try to bury our history, a cactus can grow anywhere.
Move on to the ladder. I think we made a presence now.
We're here to protest against the inhumane conditions immigrants are living in at the southern border. We're here to protest against the xenophobic immigration policies. We're all here as a community and we're all here fighting for a better future.